coming into this one, David?
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like, you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Wants to fire on second down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes it right over the middle. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Kentucky's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. We watched them on film. They're very good defending the pass and coverage. They can play man to zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Just feeds the running back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed again.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. His job just nullifying that run altogether.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically control that football, knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Caught in the backfield, it's Berry. He's losing for 15. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Watson. They might go back to that one in the big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
about confidence. This coach is very confident. Fourth down, backed up in my territory, inside my 20, and you go for it? Wow, you better get it, and you did here. So great coaching.
Finds a tight end. Building momentum, beating the top yards, running the chains out to the 34. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Looking for space, it's Barrett. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle and wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch and go, it's Green. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football. And you can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked up.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds a spot in the middle.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest. You can't just dig and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver on the middle field.
The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Marking down, but they don't have more mistakes for the first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Frank. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with second and 11. Looking to fire. Throws toward the end zone. Snap in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing that he's going to sit down when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about a game happening inside the ACC today. Syracuse is going to enjoy the trip back to Central New York after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there inside the Dome, and suddenly you turn out the resume. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. Harsh reality of college football. The conference goals face off.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Rushes on.
get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Looking for room, it's buried. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Wants to go up top. He's going for it all. Makes it around to the 25 and he's right. And they're taking it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
When I think of the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, when I'm a receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field, throw the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, you got to understand that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Ramos. Punts it out of the air. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Gilmore. He's brought down quickly. Minimum gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle in the first quarter.
He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Let the quarterback making the decision quick. I'm going to give it, I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO, and just let my back get some positive yards. They're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with it.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better, sir.
I don't know if I can quote the great Reese Davis that was not a productive first down play.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. What's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Fires to the tight end. Breaks into the open. And they've got the defense all wrapping, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency in getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
That's a go to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. They get it into the end zone and fail that opportunity. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So an 82-yard drive there. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Skinner. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Ramos. Gets it to him on the screen. Spinderella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Lost to throw again. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling on until they find an answer.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
Jackrabbit.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Green. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On the ground, it's Barry. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Oh, and he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. It's still up by 21. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's head back to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look at the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next one.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on third down.
He took a hit as he couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single...
There he goes! Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He leaves it with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and defense filling. You just can't do it better.
Give to the running back. That's the first down mark. I'm still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hand.
And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Now he's looking to throw it. Snagged out of the air. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I got to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new.
Touchdown, Tiger! Great job on the back on the option.
Most of the time, racing requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to tackle onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Maryland is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witness something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Ramos. Throws to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10.
Trick 9B.
Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gilmore. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage, too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And I tell you what, why would you not do this? I love it. Short yardage situation, get your QB sneak. You've already got everything going. You got a few first downs. You got that momentum on your side. Just get the first down, get that new set of downs. Now, if you want to go attack now.
Trying to set up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Back to pass, it's Ramos. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his tight end. Plenty of room on that play. They find their way to the 36.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead. They're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Looking downfield on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Snag in the middle. It's Watkins. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pick up, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. That's exactly what they're doing now.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On the ground, it's Jackson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Quickly complete. He will not get there. A stop on third down leaves him with a fourth down from the 18-yard line. So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. And he throws that thing just inside the left upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
And as they get into the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. So we open the final period with a third down play. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. It'll be third and long. They try to pop a run on the draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too.
He'll off one deep down the left side. The deep ball was there, and it just traveled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
It's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, not much the defense could do there. The defensive end crashed down thinking the running back had it, but nice job of the ball handling there by the QB.
Just trying to avoid negative plays, continue to put stress on the defense. That's what he does there.
And that's a play this guy can run in his sleep, too. They rep this over and over and over. It's like clockwork from this guy.
Looking to convert, LSU comes to the line on fourth. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Handoff to the lone back. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Got his man.
No gain on the play. Third down coming.
Now facing a third and long. Dropping back, it's Lowry. There's the pressure. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You gotta love the defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Man, these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Sends it back in motion. Running back searching for a hole. And a good, solid pickup for the defense. Cuts him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware. But you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Kentucky. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point gets them a little closer at 31-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Louisiana Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Bulldogs offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up 14 over Kennesaw State. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. It's on target and complete.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Finds his man in the middle. Runs through a tackle. Stopped just inside the 25. We're marking it for 24. Pick up of 10 and the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all day long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Running into the open space. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but when you just stay physical, you run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to suck this clock away and get it done.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this third and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Got his man quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Got it in the middle. It's Watkins. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Pocket breaking down. Gets drilled as he throws the big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back. Kentucky Key sends the offense back out onto the field. And the Wildcats buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed it a little bit.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Got him downfield. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to pass, it's Lowry. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops the throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it. It'll bring up fourth down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not.
It's picked off and another empty drive. Good game on the return. This defense has set them up for the big play.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten the rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
3:25.
Looking to throw, it's Lowry. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Makes the grab. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.